This is a clear breakdown on why we love music, because where does it come from? This magical thing called music. How does it even work? Why can one song make you dance and another bring you to tears? I mean, come on, look at this music. These music are engineered with psychology and tactics that triggers certain emotions that is hardwired into all human brain. I mean, come on, this just sounds like rocket science, right? The good news is, it's actually quite simple. So it turns out there are tons of different descriptions out there of music, but for the sake of this video, music is basically organized sounds that are pleasing to listen to. It can be made with instruments, voices, or even... We'll get to that in a bit. Just remember, if it sounds good, that's music for you. And speaking of you, if you're new to the channel, welcome, because you're home, and to be honest, we need you. Subscribers to this channel are both men and women who want to know about the tricky part of their living, whatever that is. Now that we know what music is, where does it come from? Music itself has been around forever, ever. We're talking way back, like 40,000 years ago, when people used to bang on stones and blow on rocks just to make music. Oh, and the bone thing, that's the first flute, by the way. Fast forward a bunch of years. Okay, not that far. There, perfect. Asian civilizations like Egypt and Greece got fancy with instruments, musical writing, and even theories about music. Europe's Middle Ages were all about chants, but things got interesting with the invention of the staff notation, which is basically the granddaddy of modern sheet music. During these dark times, listening to music was a luxury only reserved for the selected few. Then came the 19th and 20th century, where technology changed the game. Thomas Edison invented the phonograph. Recording and radio meant music wasn't just for people of higher standards. New styles like jazz, hip-hop, rock and roll blew up, and music became more diverse than ever. Today, with the internet, music is a global party. We can access anything from anywhere, and new mix-up and mock-ups keep popping up all the time, which means people are actually enjoying it. But why? To answer that, let's look at how music really works. Music is a sound. Sound is a thing that creates a sensation of hearing. It travels in waves. In a nutshell, music is a sound wave. And these waves sound different based on their frequencies or how often they repeat per second. And this is measured in hertz. Humans can hear frequencies from about 20 hertz all the way up to 20,000. And anything beyond that, hertz. When you put your headphones on and start listening to Michael Jackson, the wave enters your ears as vibration. Your ears, which acts like a mini funnel, collect and sends them down a narrow passage. This hits your eardrum. Connected to your eardrum are three tiny bones, like a super small liver system. They take those vibrations and crank them up a notch before passing them to a snail-shaped part in your inner ear called the cochlea. Inside the cochlea, there are tiny hairs that wiggle when the vibrations arrive. It sends a special electrical signal to your brain. These signals stop at specialized processing unit in auditory cortex that track loudness and pitch and things like that. There's a visual cortex activation when you're reading music as a musician or watching music. Motor cortex when you are tapping your feet, snapping your fingers, clapping your hands. The cerebellum, which mediates emotional response. The memory bank in the hippocampus, hearing a familiar passage and then finding it somewhere in your memory bank. Music has a crazy effect on how we feel. It all boils down to what's happening in our brain. When we listen to music we really love, certain chemicals get fired up, and those chemicals change our emotions. Think about movies. Directors use music to tell us exactly how to feel about a scene. Take the shot of me working out, for example. This could be a dude that wants to stay in shape and live a healthy life. So let's use a happy and inspirational music to convey the story. Or this could be a fighter preparing for a championship match. So a more sinister music will help sell the idea. See what happened there? Although those were the same exact shot, but with a shift in music, it completely changes how you look at them. That, my friend, is the power of music. And here's the coolest part. When you jam out a song you really love, your brain releases this awesome chemical called dopamine. Now, dopamine is like a built-in reward system, making you feel good. Kind of like the satisfaction you get when you are scrolling on TikTok. You're scrolling on TikTok or eating yummy food. Subscribe.